In a kingdom where snow fell even in summer, where lakes lay still like glass and time itself seemed to pause, there lived a princess who could not remember her own past. The kingdom was called Nivara, beautiful, quiet, and touched. But something about it always felt incomplete. At the heart of this frozen land lived Princess Elira. She was gentle, kind, always smiling softly, but her eyes carried a distant emptiness. Because Elira had no memories, not of her childhood, not of her parents' laughter, not even of her own name until others gave it to her. The people loved her, but they whispered, "She's the princess of frozen memories." It was said that years ago, a terrible storm had swept through Nivara, a storm so powerful, it didn't just freeze the land, it froze time itself. And when it passed, Elira was found alone in the palace, untouched, but changed. She could remember nothing. Still, she lived her days with quiet grace, walking through snow-covered gardens, watching frozen fountains that no longer flowed, smiling at people she felt she should know, but didn't. Yet sometimes in the stillness of night, she would hear something, a faint sound, like laughter, like a voice calling her name, and with it, a sharp ache in her heart. One evening, unable to ignore it any longer, Elira followed the sound. It led her beyond the palace, past the silent trees, to a frozen lake at the edge of the kingdom. The surface shimmered like a mirror, perfect, unbroken, and in it, she saw something strange. Not her reflection, but a memory. A younger girl, laughing, running, holding hands with someone she couldn't quite see. Elira gasped, "That's me!" As she reached toward the eyes, the image vanished, but the feeling remained. Determined, she returned the next night, and the next. Each time, the lake showed her more fragments of a life she had lost. Her mother's warm embrace, her father's proud smile, a kingdom full of color, not just white. And then, one night, she saw the truth. The storm, not natural, not accidental. It had been magic, and at its center was her. Elira stumbled back, breath trembling. "No, I didn't do this." But deep inside, she knew. Long ago, when something precious had been taken from her, her grief had grown too strong, too overwhelming, and in a moment of pain, she had frozen everything, not just the kingdom, but her own memories. To forget, to escape, to survive. Tears filled her eyes. "I did this to everyone." The frozen lake began to crack. The memories surged forward. The truth, undeniable. Elira fell to her knees. She could run again, forget again, hide once more. Or she could face it. Slowly, she placed her hand on the ice. "I am ready to remember," she whispered. The lake shattered. Light burst outward. Warm, golden, alive. The snow began to melt. The trees stirred. The frozen fountains flowed once more. And Elira remembered everything. The joy, the love, the loss, the mistake. It hurt deeply. But for the first time, it was real. When she returned to the kingdom, the people looked at her in awe, not because she was perfect, but because she was whole. No longer a princess of emptiness, but a queen of truth. And though winter still visited Nivara, it no longer ruled it. Because Elira had learned something powerful. You cannot truly heal what you choose to forget. Even painful memories are part of who we are, and facing them is the first step toward becoming whole again.